Has this ever happened to you? Nothing is working right. Nothing. Laptop continues to crash. The sewing machine malfunctions. Your food processor goes on the fritz. And suddenly this time that you had allotted to your brand of creativity no longer feels like it's open to you anymore. The plan you had is out the window. You had it set and now you don't see a way forward. So as a creative, what do you do when things like that happen? Well, I'll tell you what I do, because it literally just happened to me and it seems to happen a lot. My laptop is less than 2 years old and I have had to bring it in 3 times because of malfunctions. I have no idea why. I don't know what's happening to it. Neither do they. I don't think I'm clicking on stupid things. One never knows. So here's what I do when I'm feeling like things are against me. And this is going to sound a little woo, and I'm okay with that. I ask myself if this was actually the thing I should be focusing on. So if I was planning on working on my manuscript and my laptop crashes, and because it's in Word, I can't get to it on another device. So I do ask myself, is this truly something that I should have been working on? Now, when you ask yourself this, you have to be ready for the answer and you have to be willing to hear the answer and you have to be quiet to hear the answer. So that's where it gets a little bit woo. You can write it down in a journal and just free write the answer from there. And sometimes you might be surprised what comes up. So sometimes it might be, yes, this is what you're supposed to be working on. Power through it, figure out a way. So then maybe I write by hand instead of on my laptop. Maybe the message is, no, you should be concentrating on doing your laundry. And then I might say, what the hell do you know? And let me go for a walk. So here's the thing. All kidding aside, well, some kidding aside, sometimes this is what it can feel like. It's like it's 3 different things. The universe is working against you. It can feel like that sometimes. The universe is testing your commitment. It can also feel like that sometimes. Goodness gracious, when I first started this YouTube channel, the amount of takes I would have to do because my sound wasn't working, the video wasn't playing, I couldn't upload it. It was as if the universe was saying, we don't really think you want to do this. But I persevered. All right, so the universe is against you. The universe is testing your commitment, or it wasn't where your focus should be. So in other words, the universe was looking out for you. It's typically those 3 options. Now, I'm never going to say that the universe is working against you. I actually don't think the universe has an agenda. I think the universe is a big, beautiful, neutral thing. So if you are thinking that your focus isn't in the right direction, then you have to ask yourself, what should I be focused on? And be ready for that information. And more than likely, you do know what it is you should be focused on, even though sometimes we fight it. I actually did do the laundry this morning, so I'm good there. However, last night and actually again this morning, my laptop was crashing. It was doing all kinds of things. It had like the screens of death all around it. And I finally just ignored it for a while. I just ignored it. I turned it off, unplugged it. I did a hard, whatever you do, stop, hard reboot, hard something. And then I left it alone. And I made some recipes. So I actually used my creativity in a different way. I made hummus and I made red lentil flatbread. But it felt good. I have to admit though, even though I looked around few minutes ago and said, oh, I've gotten a lot done today because laundry's done. I made flatbread, I made hummus, I washed everything, I cleaned everything. So it felt like I had accomplished a lot of things. It didn't feel great, and I'll admit that to you. It really didn't feel great because I don't think it's what I was supposed to be focused on. So even though I didn't like crash and burn and just like scroll on Instagram or something and not get anything done, I did get some things done, but it still didn't feel like it was the right things done. So I am going to try something. You can kind of see it behind me, this whiteboard. I am going to try the Kanban method. I love seeing Sarah Cannon's Kanban board on heart breathings, and I'll add that in the description of this video. It's always really interesting when she redoes it. And it's one of those things that I want to do. I want to have this board and have Post-its with all of my little tasks on it for my big goals, and then move the little Post-its down when I've accomplished them. I just don't know if it'll work for me. I feel like I've tried it before. It didn't really work. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't know, but I'm going to try it one more time so that when things like this happen again, if my laptop crashes, I have an alternate route. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go old school and get a thumb drive so that my work in progress can be on my thumb drive. And then if I needed to, I can just make my husband give me his laptop. I can go to the library and use a computer at the library for free and work on it there. So it doesn't feel like I'm in writer jail, right? Because that's what it felt like this morning, that I was in some kind of writer jail. So I'm going to be doing a few things. The Kanban board will give me other things within the category of becoming a published author, other things I can do that maybe don't need my laptop, although I can't imagine what that would be. Brainstorming, looking at character arcs, the next book in the series, right? I can start doing that. I could, like I said before, write by hand. Sometimes even doing things like that will open up a whole different level of creativity for you. So don't discount writing by hand. I think the main thing is the universe is not against you. And when things like this happen, and not to hit anyone over the head, myself included, with like, what lessons can you learn from this? But honestly, what lessons I learned from it is maybe having some other options. If I really, really want to work on it, I have that option then. All right. It's so good to be with you again. Like, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Awesome. Bye.